All right, welcome to Ferguson Park Disc Golf Course. I am joined today by my brother, who is there he is. This is Ryan.
Sorry, striking a pose.
Striking something.
Yeah.
So
if I could suck in the gut, it probably would.
I don't bother. I gave up. This is the shortest course that I think I've ever played.
Probably.
No. Kayak Point has the little par 2.
It does have that, yes.
But regardless of a quote-unquote par 3, this is the shortest course I've ever played. This is the longest hole, and I think it's like 180, something like that. I'll definitely pull up the information, post it for you.
The only thing that I know for sure is the only hole I've ever aced in my life was hole 4 here, because tee to basket is 90 feet.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, it's obstructed, kind of.
It is. You kind of have to curl.
But it's obstructed in a backhand hyzer shot. It's an easy one. Anyways, so this is going to be a lot of probably mids, putters, things like that. But we're just going to come out here. It's only a 9-hole course. We're probably going to play it twice. Just having a little fun out here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start with, what am I starting with? I'm going to start with a buzz. That was too high.
Oh, you're in the fire department?
Nah.
No. Oh, okay, you're fine. Okay. I am going to start with a Griffin. This is my only glow disc in my bag, and it doesn't glow very well. And I am going to put it probably in that fence over there because I haven't thrown in a month and a half.
Fair enough.
Or in the tree.
Tree's good.
Yeah, we got a good 115 feet out of that one.
You know what? You're in the fairway. I mean, to be fair, the fairway is as wide as it is long.
Yeah. This one is the Manta. This is a disc that I literally rescued from a swamp at the next course we're going to play.
You paid a high price for that disc, though.
I did. I paid a buzz. Oh, stop.
You were trying for the birdie.
Stop moving.
This is outside my range. What am I trying to do here?
Isn't there such a thing as a foot fault?
Not when you're outside of 33 feet.
Fair enough.
Nice putt, Rye. And that was terrible.
Nice putt, right? Oh, wait. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, cut out that first one.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Okay, this is probably the most technical hole on here, as you can see if you have a video screen in front of you.
Because there's actually trees.
There are trees, yes. And I know trees in the Pacific Northwest, courses around here, they're hard to come by. It's just narrow gap, about 120 feet long, and you have to throw straight, which is why this is probably my toughest hole on the course, because throwing straight isn't my thing. But when I need to throw through trees, and I mean through trees, I use my buzz axe. It wasn't called that originally. I don't even know if it had a name. It's out of a starter pack. What'd you find? It was Amazon starter pack for like $10.
Disc, it was like $17 for the 3-pack.
Yeah. So this is the driver out of that pack. I found it at what was the course? Course in Bothell.
I don't know.
Yeah. But I found it because somebody had thrown it and it wasn't worth collecting. And it was not quite this beat up at the time. But first disc driver is literally what it's called. I don't know any of the stats. You can look it up if you want. But I didn't like that. And I'd thrown it through enough trees by now that I gave it a new name. And so with the Sharpie, it is called the Buzz Axe.
And to be fair, if you tried to run your fingers along the edge, it does feel like a blade.
Yeah, it would in fact cut me if I ran my, it's been
so chewed up.
Yeah. And then I have a huge hand. I will let the Borderlands fanatics figure out what that one means. Now, throwing straight, not something I do, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I swear that just finds trees, though.
It does. It doesn't sound as good as the Basilisk did, though.
If I hadn't hit that branch, that was going to be in a great place. That is the mantra of anyone in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Is that would have been a great shot, except for that tree.
With my throw, if I hadn't hit the very dead center of that 4-foot wide tree, I would have been great. I really set myself up badly here.
That's an ugly spot.
Yeah. Okay, well, screw it.
I mean, honestly, you made it through just fine. Get in there.
Yeah, that was a better second shot than mine. Oh.
Come on.
That's what I'm talking about. That's right.
Hold on.
That is mid-range driver. Hey, Slab.
You just putted from 25 feet with a very overstable driver.
With a very overstable fairway driver called a Slab.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah. Well, if we ignore the first throw, then, I mean, that was a par.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and flirt with the fence over here.
Yeah, that's I've been in that parking lot too many times. That's why I try to.
That is a sign that you've played this course too many times.
That might be it.
And deep with a soft forehand.
Yeah.
And you're in much better shape, even though you might be in those branches.
I might be in that tree mess. My disc escaped all of this nastiness, so I don't have to throw out of that, and somehow miraculously appeared outside of it, right on the edge.
There you go. Ooh, my favorite downhill putts. And that's why I hate downhill putts.
Have you tried throwing it higher?
Yeah, but then I end up with, going like that. And just like that, we're on hole 4. Dang. You didn't ace this one.
No.
You aced the one that's right there. Is that 6?
We'll find out when we get there.
Yeah.
You're right. It wasn't this one.
It wasn't this one. Anyways, this has a lot more brush than last time we were here.
Yeah, those trees are quite a bit taller than last year.
Yeah, I don't remember this being an obstructed shot at all.
No.
But the basket is just right there. It's short, just like everything at this course. I'm going to go with an owl. Oh, that's not that great of a shot. I mean, I made it there.
You passed
I'm
the
way
brush.
right.
You're over on hole 2. Okay. Now, as I fold my microphone up. So I'm going to aim for the basket, but something tells me I'm going to hit this rock right here.
It would be an achievement. Achievement unlocked.
Or I'm just going to...
Actually, that looks great. All right, I have very, very obstructed putt. Wow. That's an awful rollback. Nice putt, right?
Hole 5. There's hole 4 we just played.
Yeah, we're not actually going from this tee pad to that basket.
No, we just played hole 4. The course is very tight. It's on like what would you say this is? Half an acre?
Oh, it's an acre.
You think so?
I think it's close to an acre.
Okay. So here's the tee pad. It says 5 on it, and that's the basket. And that looks like a pretty long for a putt, but a short mid shot.
Oh yeah, the pros are absolutely jump putting that.
Yeah, they're like, I think I'm just gonna, okay, but I don't. So I'm going to take my narwhal, which again is crappy plastic out of a starter set because most of my discs are crappy, and it's a putter, and I'm gonna throw it like it's not, and then I'm gonna mess up the shot. No pressure.
None at all.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
I wasn't really sure what that thing was doing.
I wasn't going where I wanted it to.
I'm going to throw my, I haven't ever shown you guys this disc, but I'm going to throw my Space Race from 2023 Paradox, which I'm putting in the bag instead of the glitch. I wasn't having a lot of luck with the glitch, so I'm trying this instead.
See, that
Well,
would be better than...
That's under the basket.
Yeah, that... Oh, farting loudly.
Nice. This is hole 6. This is the hole that Ryan aced.
Yeah, that was like 9 years ago. I think I'm due.
I've never aced a hole, Ryan.
I think you're due.
I think I'm due. That's not even 90 feet. That's like 70.
Yeah.
And
it was a lot more obstructed, though. There was actually a tree here. Now there's a tree on the ground.
Branches here that weren't dead and on the ground. This is literally, you just putter straight shot this. But we're actually going to move the camera over to watching the basket, see if we can actually throw one in. So. Is that that was way too far.
You went over.
Nope. I'm throwing them too hard. That's not going to turn. Oh no! All right, just a couple more. God, I'm barely flicking these.
Ooh, you almost got the camera. Okay, one more for the blooper reel.
I got nothing but fairways left.
What could go wrong? Throw your longest driver.
Uh-oh.
I think that Griffiths just went way too far. This is hole 7. Despite what you said earlier, I think this might be the longest, but it's hard to tell because it shares a fairway with 1, which is the only other long hole on the entire course. And what that means is if there was somebody on the 1 tee, you have to take turns and watch each other because you're throwing at each other directly.
I will point out, this one's slightly downhill, the other one's slightly uphill.
Okay, so this is a mistake, but you know, most of my picks are. I'm throwing a Legenda distance driver.
Isn't that Legacy Disc?
Pro Discus.
Oh, Pro Discus, okay. All right.
It doesn't have numbers on it, I don't care. But the numbers will be on the screen right here.
Now you're gonna make me work on my editing?
That's
right. Jeez, Ryan. First research, then editing. You're such a taskmaster. I wouldn't want
this to be easy on you. You did decide to put me in your video.
Jerk.
Oh, yep. I'm long.
Think you just hit a car down there? No, I'm kidding.
No, I'm not that long. I'm just in the hillside on the left.
I'm going to go with my Diamondback.
You are in the same hillside.
I am.
That to me,
I actually think I might have picked up and rolled off the back of it.
Oh. See, to me, the real benefit of this is that there's a giant embankment on the left side, so I can put as much hyzer as I want, and I know the disc is stopping.
So the sad thing is I think I only landed about 6 feet past Ryan. And my disc is 40 feet long.
No brakes.
Not on that hill.
Oh.
But there are branches.
Yep.
I am just squared up behind this tree. I'm also in the tee pad for the next hole. Which does say something, that the tee pad here for the next hole is inside the circle for the last basket. Well, I guess I'm not going to birdie either. So, hole 8, you have to throw over this 15-foot berm of dirt that's only 25 feet in front of you. So, and then the basket's another 70, 80, 90 feet ahead beyond that. Completely blind, of course. So I'm on Tomahawk. We're going to set up the camera to be looking down the fairway and really hope that we don't hit the camera.
Well, I like where it went.
It's the right direction.
Since I'm not standing up there, only the camera saw where it went. And after those amazing throws, here we are again right next to the number 9 tee pad.
Which is in the circle of basket 8.
Which is in the circle.
God, such a tiny park. Perfect layup.
Yep. At this distance, I don't have any confidence in my ability to get a birdie.
Confidence isn't the right word, but I'm still going to try. Oh, that was bad. But it was a good layup.
And here we are on hole 9. See those rocks up ahead? The tree just to the right. The basket is behind that. It's pretty much straight through that tree. So, technical course.
It's not all straight lines.
Yeah.
It's technically a course.
It is technically a course. And that would have had a lot more distance if I thought about the technical part on top of the course.
You know, the mantra of someone in the Northwest. Of a disc golfer in the Northwest. Would have been a great shot if it wasn't for the tree. Oh, that's not turning soon enough.
The tree did help you out.
Yeah,
right
that slowed me down. So Ryan's there. Basket is here. It's actually not even all that far, but he has
it's not very far, and although there's an earth berm in the way, if I take a few steps forward, it's nicely framed by 2 trees. So really, all I have to do is throw a short, straight, easy shot for a birdie.
Good luck with that. And now you have a short downhill putt.
Yeah. You might not be aware of this, but I'm not actually a pro disc golfer.
Really? Thought I saw your PDGA number. I mean, that looked like a pretty good putt, though. Oh, I thought I had that.